I grew up in the Fair Street area, throwing papers and things of that nature, Route 10008-2. So I saw a lot of African American thriving because that was our Black Wall Street of Jackson. These were both people in the civil rights movement and supporters who had their own practices and businesses. I saw doctors, lawyers, optometrists, restaurant owners, tailors, and shoe shop owners. I saw free people. I saw people who were brave. In my neighborhood, you heard the word "still away." People who were running from the Delta plantation late at night. The community, especially our family, would provide them clothing, food, shelter, jobs, and things of that nature. I saw that. I liked that. My grandmother was the primary caregiver because my mom and father had to work. She would put that coffee pot early in the morning. I'd get up and sit with her. She would teach us about religion, and she began to talk about race. And that's how I learned about the deep hatred whites had for our people. The big thing that jumped out when I was around 7 or 8 years of age was when Emad Till was killed. I had to go to the grocery store for my mom, and I saw his face on the Jet magazine cover, and that left an indelible mark on me in terms of the inhumanity of some people who hate. The question came up after the death of Emad Till in the spiritual realm in terms of segregation. Is there two heavens? Is there one for whites and one for blacks? Those were the questions on my mind, especially at that age, 10 and 11. As a young student, I was participating in school walkouts. Medgar Evers instructed us. He said, "You're going out on the front line, and you're going to meet opposition. The purpose is to fill the jails. They can't keep locking us up without hearing what we have to say." Here we were, youngsters, facing these armed policemen with guns and belly clubs and raging dogs turning on us. And they were attacking us. There were so many young people who just panicked and ran, some to the YWCA down on Fair Street. And I was thinking, should I run there for a safe haven too? I was terrified, but my resolve was that I wanted to protest and see it through. We were locked up, put in unsanitized, open-bed garbage trucks, and taken down to the fairgrounds, where they kept the cattle. And that's where we were housed. When the Freedom Riders came down, privileged young people gave me an opportunity to see what freedom looked like and sound like. I wanted to be like that. Freedom was in the air. "We Shall Not Be Moved" is one of the songs we sang that day. Until then, all I knew was how my father taught me, because he was trying to keep us safe. Jay Meredith, he came about halfway to Jackson before he got shot. I was part of the second half of that march. And many clergy came down, including Martin Luther King. But it was very terrifying because there were police officers along the route, possibly snipers. We didn't know. I kept feeling like a rifle was beaming down on me. I began to experiment with other movements, but they failed to render the liberation that I was looking for. Malcolm X put the Nation of Islam on the map and came close because they had the moral fortitude and brotherhood. But it was Warith Deen Mohammed who reconciled my understanding of heaven and the spirituality that would be the force to truly tear down the walls of racism, injustice, and inequality. From the Qur'an, he said, "There's only one God and there's only one humanity. No white over black or black over white. The only one that's best among you is the one who is more pious to his creator." Islam is about peace and brotherhood. And if we embrace these ideas, can we make a better society? The Quran says, "Spoil hatred with love." If someone shows you hatred, you show them love, kindness. If someone is ignorant, then you try to enlighten them. You try to bring them to a better way of thinking. Next to our masjid, our place of worship, we are purchasing 65 acres to model how to build together and bridge together as one beloved community in fellowship with Christians, Jews, and others, right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Looking back at Fair Street 50 years ago, I think of my grandchildren. It made a difference. We made a way out of no way, changed laws, and opened up opportunities that will forever pave the way for future generations.